by the Mercedes-Benz dealership. He had the guy in Doral, remember when the Surfside, and the guy that last was at Surfside as an inspector, he goes, he told the guy, said, yeah, everything's fine, yeah. He then left there to go with Cap and was working in Doral, and the media, and became like a scapegoat, it's a shame what they did to him, and then Doral got rid of him, he had to, Carlos had to put somebody in his place, but anyway, he became like the fall guy, like it was his problem, but it was a convenient, I never knew the guy, but I saw that and I go, whoa, man, gotta be really careful in this business. Okay, are we ready to start one?
Yep.
Okay, welcome to the City of West Miami Planning and Zoning Board meeting of May 24th, 2022. Members present are Gilberto Gonzalez.
Here.
Diana Rio.
Here.
Also present is Juan Pena, Planning and Zoning Director, and Jose Villalobos, City Attorney, and myself, Joe Paz, Chairperson. It is 7:30 p.m. for the record. Mr. Pena?
On your agenda tonight, old business is the approval of minutes from April 26, 2022 first.
I move to approve the
I
minutes.
second.
Okay, on the motion, Gilberto Gonzalez?
Yes.
Diana Rio?
Yes.
And I vote yes, so they've been approved.
Okay.
Mr. Pena, can we take the gentleman out of,
Sure.
I'm not sure what case he's here for, but we'll definitely ask him.
I believe he's here for the 4 signs? Yes, that's correct. Okay. First item then on the agenda will be agenda item number 3, 1240 Southwest 57th Avenue. Applicant is requesting a sign permit for the business to allow an internally illuminated channel letter sign. The plans for the building as submitted show the installation of an internally illuminated letter sign on a raceway to the west elevation of this property. The sign usage is 19.86 square feet of the allowed 67.5 square feet. If you would name and
Okay.
address for the record.
Before you begin, sir, for the record, Board Member Natalie Milan is present. Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Anybody that is going to testify, will you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I do solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do. My name is Jerry Baruch, B-A-R-U-C-H. My address is 7239 Vesuvio Place, Boynton Beach, Florida, 33437.
I'm sorry, the spelling of your last name was again?
B is in boy, A-R-U-C-H.
UCH, okay.
Yes.
Jerry, first name, correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
We're looking at what, the window application?
MVP Pawn Shop. It's the installation on the
Okay, I see it.
top of the elevation of the shop at 1240.
And Juan, since this is a new building, provisions were made to hide all the electrical conduits and all that, so they're not visible.
I believe it's just it's an old building with a new exterior elevation.
Right, okay,
Right.
that's what I
So
meant.
some attempt was made, but not completely.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Well, basically, you articulated it well, it's basically, that's what he's looking, that's what he's, that's just illuminated channel letter sign on a raceway.
Sorry about that.
The raceway will be painted the same color as the building?
Yes, sir. Would you prefer I take the mask off, or?
Sure.
No, it's up to you, if you.
No, it's up to you.
Well, I just have to stay, I'm underlying conditions, so I was telling Joe, I have Parkinson's, and I don't want to take a chance.
And this isn't an after-the-fact permit, is it, Juan?
No.
No? Okay. Any comments from the board?
I have a comment. There's other signage on this building existing and that we have approved recently that has the raceway in the back, not in the front. So the signage is not attached to the raceway. So I would move to somehow either put this raceway from the parapet on the roof or from the inside of the store or
Is there-
somewhere, but not on the exterior wall, and also no disconnects. I don't see a disconnect here, but I'm sure there is one.
It's on the engineered plans.
Would you speak to the mic, sir?
I'm sorry, there's engineered plans, and there is a disconnect.
Bring the mic down so
Oh, yeah, I
we'll-
see it, I see it.
Yeah.
Okay, I see it, I see it.
I'm sorry.
So both of those things should go, should be not visible from the street.
Okay, I would agree with that.
Okay.
That's what my question was, since this building it's an existing building, but it
Correct.
was heavily improved on, renovated,
Yes.
and I'm sure it's doable.
Well, that's a question I have. We've had that problem up in, where I live in Palm Beach County, and they renovated. There was no room. There was absolutely, so, we got a meeting, well, it's actually in Boca Raton. They said if there's no access behind the wall or behind the parapet, you could have it, and just show us proof that there is no access.
Okay, have you been out there and
I
checked?
I haven't, Joe. No, I
Okay.
have not. I have
And
not.
Mr. Pena, you don't know, you haven't checked that. Okay, that's a comment, not a motion from the board. I don't know if anybody, I would agree with that, to try to make a good faith effort to hide the disconnect on the raceway.
Positively.
But we cannot approve it like this, I don't believe, unless we put a condition on it.
No, you could approve it with any condition that you wish to put on it.
Okay, would somebody care to make a motion?
I have another question. I see, in one of these pictures, I see, and I believe it's the same storefront, correct me if I'm wrong, that on this picture, it shows there's some graphics on the windows. There's like an outline of a
Correct,
ring,
that's
a
something
crown,
that,
and...
that's something that we have to cite the property owner for. There was no signed permit for that.
Okay, so this is, but this is the same
Same
project.
business, but not, they didn't get a signed permit for that.
They didn't get a signed permit for that. Is it removed now, or has
No,
not
it
been
will
removed?
be cited to remove.
Okay, any comments on the sign itself?
No, I mean, to me, the sign is very attractive. It is the way that we want to proceed, this type of signage in the city of West Miami, but not with the disconnect and the raceway. So I would like to make a motion, if nobody else has a comment.
With conditions?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the sign with the conditions of placing the raceway and the disconnect behind either the wall of the building or the parapet.
Yeah, I
And if
believe
there's-
that's a parapet.
And if there's no way of doing that, then he would have to come back and seek an amendment to that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, there was a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, on the motion, Gilberto Gonzalez?
Yes.
Diana Rio?
Yes.
Natalie Milian?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
Thank
So
you.
it's been approved with those conditions.
Got it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next.
Next case is agenda item number 4, 1244 Southwest 57th Avenue, Concept LED y Decoración.
¿Qué cosa es esto? No, no, pero dice.
That's what they call themselves. Sorry. Applicant is requesting a sign permit for the installation of an internally illuminated channel letter signs. The sign, the plans for the building submitted show the installation of internally illuminated letter sign on the raceway. To the west elevation of the property, the sign usage is 21.15 square feet of the 78.6 square feet allowed. Again, your name and address for the record, sir?
Say again,
Yes.
Jerry Baruch, 7239 Vesuvio Place, Boynton Beach, Florida, 33437.
This is for the space next to the jewelry store, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay, any comments from the board?
One, I have a question. When you do this 30% of the front elevation, you only take into account their storefront, correct?
Their
Or
storefront, their section,
Just their area, okay.
their little section.
I assume you want the same conditions again?
Exactly.
Okay.
Can somebody make a motion to that effect?
I make a motion to approve with those same conditions as the previous sign.
Okay, I'll second the motion. On the motion, Gilberto Gonzalez,
Yes.
Diana Rio,
Yes.
Natalie Milian,
Yes.
and I vote yes.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 4, 1248 Southwest 57th Avenue. Applicant is requesting a sign permit for the business to allow internally illuminated channel letter sign. The plans for the building as submitted show the installation of internally illuminated letter sign on the raceway to the west elevation of the property. The sign usage is 14.6 square feet of the allowed 89.1 square feet. In addition, the applicant is requesting for an internally illuminated box sign for the front elevation. The sign usage is 6.375 of the 74.94 sign area allowed for this elevation if the first sign is approved. This is for the Village Idiot.
Well, personally, I don't mean, everybody can choose their business name. I don't particularly care for, but we've been down this road, and our city attorney is fully aware of it, that we have no control over, the First Amendment takes precedence.
Well, not offensively, right?
There was a
Yeah.
certain restaurant some years ago that chose to call themselves a certain name that I personally objected, but was eventually passed.
You could do something offensive? You could say something offensive?
Not obscene.
Personally.
Not obscene.
But like offensive, you can be offensive, but I guess without being necessarily obscene or using one of the infamous George Carlin's four-letter words or whatever.
Yes.
But-
Seven words you can't say.
Yeah, hopefully, well, I mean, it is what it is.
Now, First Amendment carried to an extreme.
Yes, yes, it does.
The bottom sign is a box sign, correct?
It's a capsule, a little capsule.
Right.
Yes, yes. I know when I called originally, I spoke to somebody here in Flint, they said, yeah, you can have the capsule, you can't have a box sign, you can have the capsule when I called. So I'm just telling you what the young lady said to me.
If I may make a comment, to me, whether you call it a capsule or a box sign, to me, it seems like a box sign, like a small elongated box sign. I don't have a problem with the name. If they want to call it Village Idiot, so be it. But the box sign, I would prefer to see single individual letters, non-illuminated, it to be on the wall, kind of like, the same distance, the same size and
Correct.
everything.
Non-illuminated.
But not illuminated and not on a box sign.
Okay. No,
Yeah, because I believe the building already has some spotlights
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
see them in the pictures.
reversed to it, yeah.
okay, no capsule, non-illuminated letters.
For the
Okay.
vape smoke shop.
Right.
Yeah, yes,
sign.
yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
And then the same comments apply, no raceway on the
Correct.
front and no disconnect.
Disconnect, correct.
And I would make a motion to approve the signage with those conditions. The name remains the same, and the box sign to be eliminated and non-illuminated, and the words vape/smoke shop to be attached to the wall and non-illuminated.
Correct.
Second.
Okay, on the motion, Gilberto Gonzalez.
Yes.
Diana Reel.
Yes.
Natalie Milian.
Yes.
And I vote yes.
Okay. Item number 5, Rose All Day, 1252 Southwest 57th Avenue. Applicant is requesting a sign permit for the business to allow an internally illuminated channel letter sign. The plans for the building as submitted show the installation of internally illuminated letter sign on the restway to the west elevation of this property. The sign usage is 14.6 square feet of the 86.4 square feet allowed. In addition, the applicant is requesting for an internally illuminated box sign for the front elevation. The sign usage is 6.375 square feet of the 72.24 sign area allowed for this elevation if the first sign is approved. Name and address again for the record, sir.
Jerry Baruch, Jerry Baruch, 7239 Vesuvio Place, Boynton Beach, Florida, 33437.
This is similar to the previous sign.
Yes.
Yes.
Rose All Day and then Nail Studio in below it.
And definitely we should be consistent. So Ms. Reel, would you like to make a
Right.
motion?
I'd
since-
like to
Alright.
make a motion to approve the signage, Rose All Day to be as shown, with the raceway and disconnect behind the parapet or behind the building, the facade, and the nail studio, which is now shown as a box sign to be individual letters mounted on the wall, non-illuminated.
Thank you.
Second.
Okay, on the motion, Gilberto Gonzalez.
Yes.
Diana Reel.
Yes.
Natalie Milian.
Yes.
And I vote yes.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you,
I've got
sir.
a question. Do I have to resubmit new plans to this,
Mr. Bennett?
Just for the individual letters on the bottom of those two signs. Sure. To Mercy. Mhm. All right.
Thank
You
you.
too.
You too, sir.
Going back to the order of the agenda, item number 1, Lilo Property Services LLC, 1681 Southwest 67th Avenue. Applicant is requesting a sign permit for the business to change, typo, to change the color of the architectural letter sign from silver to red. And in addition, an applicant is requesting a sign permit for the logo for the exterior elevation of the property. The plans for the buildings as submitted show the installation of a round logo sign facing the west wall of the property. That additional sign is 49 square feet of the 208 square feet allowed after the first sign was approved.
So this round sign is painted on the wall and it's already there.
No, it's on Lexan plastic. It's adhered to the wall.
And Mr. Penna, the sign is existing, the box sign,
It's
they
there.
just want to change the color.
The letter sign on top, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And
But it's still non-illuminated, correct?
That's correct.
Oh, I see. No, but this round sign is already there.
They placed it prior to the,
Okay.
The code ordinance does not have a,
Any comments? That's a really large wall and a large facade, that property. Well, the facade's not that big, but the wall certainly is.
Yeah.
Do we have signs like that currently in the city, Lexan, like they're proposing here?
Yes.
Mr. Penna? And they are approved by code?
Yes.
For your recommendation? All right.
I make a motion to approve.
Okay, I'll second that motion. On the motion, let's start this way. Diana Real,
Yes.
Natalie Milian,
Yes.
Gilberto Gonzalez.
Yes.
And I vote yes.
Next sign on your item number 2, property address 6348 Southwest 8th Street. Applicant is requesting a sign permit for the business to allow an architectural letter sign. The plans for the building as submitted show the installation of architectural letters to the exterior elevation of this property. The sign uses 7.50 square feet of the 58 square feet allowed.
Would this be illuminated, Mr. Penna?
It's illuminated from the
Spotlights or?
lights of the building.
Okay.
It has no lights.
And these are just PVC letters attached to the wall, no thickness to them, no
Half
separation
inch.
from the wall.
Half-inch thickness.
And again, those do meet the current zoning code.
Yes.
Any comments from the board?
What kind of store is this? Is this a jewelry shop or a fashion?
I believe it's more of a fashion
Fashion.
store. You know, ladies wear.
Okay, any comments, motions?
I make motion to approve.
I'll second that motion. On the motion, Diana Rio,
Yes.
Natalie Milian,
Yes.
Gilberto Gonzalez.
Yes.
And I vote yes, that's been approved. Okay, on the next item would, since we are missing a couple of our members, I don't know if we should delay agenda item number 6.
Actually, agenda item number 6 I discussed with Mr. Villalobos because he wasn't here at the last meeting when you
Okay.
requested this. And he says that in order for you to review an existing ordinance, it has to be requested by the city commission, one of the members of the city commission.
Because for some backgrounds, we did, and we made recommendations, but the commission opted not to go
They
with.
did, they adopted some of them,
Some
and
of
some of
them.
them, they revert back to what they used to be. Because I
Okay,
believe at one point we had lowered the 30% down to 10%, and then they raised it back to 30 when they took it upon themselves back
okay.
then.
So then we don't need to even discuss this?
Well, if you still wanted to discuss it, all you need is to have a sponsor from the city commission to bring it back to the planning and zoning board.
So we need to approach somebody from the city commission and.
One of the
to-
members, yes.
One of the members
Correct?
to,
Right, you should refer back to the, or recommend that to the commission, and the commission will revert back to you.
Okay, so
I
we
think
don't.
at the last meeting though, Ms. Del Rio said that we would like to express on the record that we want this to come back. So I don't know, is that something that we can send via staff to the commission, or the will of the board is to have that come before us to see if the commission would take that up?
Sure.
Can we record that
yeah.
in some
Sure.
capacity?
At your request, Mr. Pena can make that recommendation or report back to the commission.
And if they agree, then I'll bring it back. Either way, keep the copy, and that way you could peruse through it and mark what you wish to change.
Okay, so do we need to make a request now? As a motion?
Well, yeah, they would be good for Mr. Pena to understand that you have the consensus of the zoning board.
Okay, would somebody care to make that motion? To ask the commission that,
I mean, I'll yield to you because I know you made it last time, so.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion for the commissioners or one commissioner
For Mr.
For
no,
you.
for Mr. Pena,
to.
for Mr. Pena to advise the commission that the zoning board would like to entertain the review of zoning ordinance 2013-08.
That.
I'll
Okay.
second that.
Thank
all
you.
right, on the motion, Gilberto Gonzalez,
Yes.
Diana Rio,
Yes.
Natalie Milian,
Yes.
and I vote yes. So we'll look at it again and see what happens. Okay, that's it. The City of West Miami Planning and Zoning Board meeting of May 24th, 2022 is now adjourned. It is 7:55 PM.